Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So I've been playing Marvel Cosmic Invasion. So this game just dropped, and I convinced my friend to get it because it was on the Game Pass. Not a big game. We downloaded it, we played through it, and it's a banger. No cap, not gonna lie. A couple problems we've had with it so far. I'm going to knock those out real quick because everything else, I just want to praise it and kind of give its jewels for being such a fun little game. So one of the problems is if you try to play this with a friend, you can play this with up to 4 people. We haven't tried getting any more people, just us two. And the joining friend will sometimes disconnect seamlessly. And I say seamlessly, quite literal. If you play this game with a friend and you happen to disconnect, you will not know unless you physically see your friendly just leave. You'll start to pick on it more quickly, but the first time it happened, we just thought it was a part of the game or something. My friend convinced me that we had a solo fight during playing this game, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, wait, no, you actually just got freaking lagged out the game. So the nice thing is that when you leave, it doesn't stop the game completely. So you can invite your friend right back and he can jump right back in. You can seamlessly leave and seamlessly join back. It's what is that? Jump in co-op. So that's a feature that I think is very clutch. It's very arcadey. It's very nostalgic. It has that same aesthetic that it as its old Marvel arcade game counterpart. It's a 2D side-scroller beat-em-up, and man, it's a great game. I'm not gonna lie, not gonna cap. Going through the campaign is like a gauntlet of the Marvel universe. The main story is that Annihilus has taken over the galaxy. He has his bugs, he has his mind control over a plethora of heroes and villains, and it's up to these set of Marvel characters to go out and save the new universe. So it's narrated by, I think it's called Yatu the Watcher. He watches and sees this invasion, so he's narrating throughout the game. They have it very arcade style cinematics, sort of these stills. When you load up the game, they has this very well animated intro, sort of looks like from the new 72 or 97 anime or whatnot. But the game it feels like an old game, and it captures it excellent. And playing each of the characters, you have about 15 characters, I think. If I can name all the characters off the top of my head, they had Beta Ray Bill and She-Hulk. Those are my two mains. And in this game, when you pick a character, you can pick 2 characters. You can pick, say you want to be Iron Man and you like another character, you can be both of them. It sort of has that Capcom versus Marvel type thing where you can pick multiple characters and you can swap through them throughout the game, and you can call them for special moves and whatnot. And it's an awesome mechanic. You pick a character. There's like Iron Man in this, Spider-Man, Rocket Raccoon, so many more heroes. Wolverine, She-Hulk, Storm, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Black Panther, and other characters that you can unlock like Silver Surfer, Venom, this Vel character from the Skrulls, not the Skrulls, the Kree. And you're going through this game, you're beating up a bunch of these Marvel Annihilus characters, and there's a lot of life in this game too. A lot of characters talk throughout this, sort of narrates the scene. You start at the game in New York, so Spider-Man's talking, and Beetle gets controlled by Annihilus parasites, and you have to go save Beetle. And you just go throughout this gauntlet of Marvel lore and whatnot, and it's done in such a entertaining way. And the characters' movesets are unique to the character, essentially. They're moves that once you start playing for the first time, you're like, oh wow, I can do this too, and I can do that. When you play this game for the first time, the sense of discovery with all the moves and stuff it's going to be very cool. There's grapplers like She-Hulk, that's real cool. She can grip, pound, and throw characters. Characters like Beta Ray Bill, he can throw Stormbreaker and call it back, doing damage and whatnot. And there's a lot of stuff in this game that even for non-Marvel friends like my friend, that I played with, he's not a big Marvel guy. The game at its core is such a well done side scroller beat 'em up. And I played other side scrolling beat 'em ups like the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World game, the Streets of Rage 4 game, which is excellent. If you like this Cosmic Invasion, go play Streets of Rage 4. That's like one of the best side scroller beat 'em ups I've played ever. But yeah, man, this game is no joke. I really like the combat. You have a dodge, you can parry. And there's not many modes outside of the main story mode. There's this arcade mode, which is basically the story mode, but you have to go through it sort of arcade style. You only have a set amount of lives, a set amount of tokens, and your health progresses throughout the campaign. So you have to make sure you're monitoring your health and eating drops of food throughout the way that you can find so you don't die and fail out. And this game, going through it the first time, it doesn't pose that much of a challenge. If you're an average gamer, I think you might find some struggles, but when me and my friend played it, we only really died until the very last mission when you fight Annihilus himself. But other than that, it was just sort of a fun joyride through the campaign, seeing all the characters. And my friend, not being a big Marvel fan, he likes a handful of Marvel characters like Venom and Silver Surfer, so it was cool unlocking those characters throughout the game and discovering all the movesets. It's very fun, and we're at this point where we're trying to find our characters and master sort of the mechanics of but I mean, that's really all I can say about the game. It's not a AAA style game, but it's a great AA entry that I think deserve as much praise as it can get. Hopefully they can update and upgrade this game throughout the lifespan of it, much like how Streets of Rage 4 did, because when me and my friend played that game, it released a survival mode, which is sort of like a roguelike mode where you go through sort of endless room and there's power-ups you can get as randomized throughout the way. So if Marvel Secret Invasion, Cosmic Invasion, my fault, can get something like that or get another mode, maybe like a versus mode or whatnot, then I can definitely see me and my friend sticking a lot more hours to this game. But it's such a fun game. The fighting feels nice. The sound design is well done. There's one point where we got stuck because some of the bosses glitched out. We were fighting Jean Grey, the Phoenix, and I think I gripped her and then it sort of froze the game, so we had to reload it. But the game has minor issues, not too many. It's decently polished so far, but other than that, it's a great beat 'em up. I really wanted to take time out of my day to talk about this game. So if any of this sounds somewhat appealing to you, if you have the Game Pass, or if you just love Marvel and you want to throw a couple dollars at this game, I would highly recommend it. If you like fighting games, if you like Marvel, if you like side-scroller beating 'em ups, if you just like playing games that are just fun, this is one of those games. So that's really all I have to say about this game. It's awesome. It's very good.